Today's day is the 6th of September 2010. I was in court for the second time. The last time was on the 6th of August, so approximately a month ago. What happened last time, you can refer to my previous YouTube video. This time, when I came to the court, I was approaching it with a different angle. If you'd have watched the other YouTube video about the first court hearing, you'd have basically heard that it didn't get very far. We weren't long through the door before the judge exited the room and we were being forcibly removed by policemen. It was all done and over in about 16 minutes. Nothing tangible really got said, nothing tangible really got done, no teeth really got sank into the matter. So this time I wanted to avoid that, especially since there was a lot more of us attending this time. I wanted to see if I could get a bit further, so I wasn't going to challenge the judge's jurisdiction this time. I was just going to try and state my case and fight my case and sort of undermine any jurisdiction she thinks she has by my actions and by my words, if you will. So anyway, we went through and into the courts, and the witnesses that had come with me to attend the court were told that they were not allowed to go through, and that the judge had specifically requested that they not go through. We asked why. They said it could be for any reason. The judge has the power to do it. One of the reasons cited was national security issues. But really the only reason they would stop us going through is through fear of us being aggressive or violent, and we were not aggressive or violent last time. However, because of the nature of the situation, I think they were just trying to avoid aggravation. So I got called through. I went through. At the door I stated that I wanted to know whether I entered with my full body of God-given, natural and inalienable human rights. They said I did enter with those, so I did. They asked me to go into the witness box. I told them I'd rather stand where I was. They said that was fine. So I stayed out. In a way, I sort of stayed out of the jurisdiction. The court case then proceeded with it wasn't really the prosecution, it was the fines officer, the head fines officer in charge with dealing with the issue as it had got to that point. He reeled off a long list of the letters and the dates the letters I'd wrote and the dates which I sent them. No, he didn't mention the contents. He brushed upon tiny bits of the contents towards the last letters, and I realised why that was after a while. But he really avoided any of the meat of the letters, any of the points that I'd asked to be addressed. When he'd finished, the judge asked me. She said, "Mr. LeBert," and I said, "Could you not please call me? I'm not Mr. LeBert. I don't claim that name, nor will I ever claim that name. I never claimed the title of Mr., nor will I ever." And I said, "Can you please address me by my given name, Miquel?" And she agreed to do that. She said, "Miquel," and she sort of just reeled off what you would call script language, I suppose. Things you can tell when somebody's saying something they say every single day in the same way or similar way, and she was doing the same. She was doing that, so it seemed like she was just going through the motions, I suppose, the best way to explain it. She asked me to state my case, and really I just said, well, I would just like to first say that I come here and I'm trying to be in honour and trying to help resolve the court in this matter. And I would like no parties to be in dishonour. And she said, fine, okay. I brought her attention to one of the letters. I said, many of the letters basically say the same thing, but I'm just going to choose one to read from because it's something I would like the court to address here today. She kept saying, "Oh, which letter was it?" She wanted to know which particular letter I was reading from. She kept interrupting me, and I kept saying, kept trying to get across to her. The point was, it didn't really matter where the letter was from, what date it was, because the crux of what was in the letter are points that have not at any point been addressed, and which I would have liked to have been addressed then. But she persisted until she found the letter I was talking about. And then I read through the points, basically things like proving the claim that I'm a person instead of a human being, proving that I'm a member of the Naval Society, to which the rules and subsiding rules and regulation statutes exist, and whether they apply to me. They're proving the claim that they apply to me. I read them all, and she didn't really address any of the points, but what she said was, "What are you referring to here?" She says, I said, I don't understand what you mean. She said, you know, what incident is this in reaction to? I said, well, it's the fine, the fixed penalty notice that I got, that's what I'm here disputing. And she said, well, we're not here about the fixed penalty notice, we're here about the fine from the fines officer and the further steps notice that you were given. And so you're appealing against the further steps notice. She said you had 14 days to appeal by court for the original fixed penalty notice. And I realised then that's probably where I made my first mistake. I should have gone straight for the jugular straight at the beginning, but I was inexperienced, I didn't really know that. I was just sending off my templated letters and, you know, seeing what I could do with it. And in the interim period, which I would state is about 8 months since the original fixed penalty notice was made, I've made significant leaps and bounds in my knowledge in the free man movement. So compared to from back then to what I know now, if I'd known a lot of the stuff I know now, it would have been very different. So, you know, I suppose that's a bit of it goes out as a bit of moral advice to people who are doing this path, is that you're going to learn things too late, and then you're going to look back and you're going to see mistakes you made, but don't shoot yourself in the foot about it. You know, you're going to go, oh, I should have done that, I should have done this, but use that as tools.